The Patriots are finally making moves to the offense and more specifically, the offensive line. They made this huge signing today and what I think is a pretty good deal for the center, Garret Bradbury, on a 2-year, $12 million deal with almost about $4 million in guaranteed money. Once I saw the Minnesota Vikings did waive Bradbury yesterday, I thought this is our guy. We need to start bulking up the middle to left side of the offensive line at tackle, guard, and center after we do have Mike Onwenu and Morgan Moses at the right tackle, and that's exactly what the Patriots did. They gave Drake May a veteran, experienced snapper. And we're going to break down the signing here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. And look, free agency is still going on. I know a lot of the hype has definitely died down since the initial start last week, but free agency is not over. Clearly, if the Patriots make a move, we drop everything and we make a video. Whether I'm at home with my cat Beans or I'm in the studio with Lopez, we've got a video for you guys breaking down the latest news, and I want you guys to be a part of it. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. Is it ever really official if I don't actually show you the official tweet by Adam Schefter? Sources, former Viking 2019 first-round pick, 18th pick overall, Garret Bradbury has reached an agreement on a 2-year deal worth of $12 million. When I saw this, I was like, thank God. Finally, when I saw he got released from Minnesota, this was the guy I had in mind to replace David Andrews. You're getting a little bit of different skill set here than David Andrews, but you are getting one thing in common, and that's experience. And that's what Drake May really needs here. He needs a guy that knows how to communicate with his quarterback and lead an offensive line. So with a guy like Bradbury, I'm going to say this is going to be a very long work in progress. Yes, he is 29 years old, so a lot younger than a guy like David Andrews is, but overall, I do think that this is a really good move for New England. The only reason why I say it's a work in progress is because a guy like Bradbury has really never been a center for a mobile quarterback that is Drake May. But we also have a new offensive line coach, new offensive coordinator, so we have a whole new playbook that we can be testing out this upcoming season with our new center and our quarterback. But a guy like Bradbury, he is more of a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. And that is where I start to get a little bit iffy about his future with our franchise quarterback in Drake May. However, 4 sacks allowed in 17 games is not terrible. And I really like the 17 games played. Overall, you're getting a very healthy 29-year-old and a consistent workhorse. That is what the Patriots kind of need right now. He's a little bit smaller at 6'3", 300 pounds for an offensive lineman at that position, but overall he has done pretty well for the Vikings, but the only reason why they ended up cutting him is because, well, it saved him about $5 million in cap savings. But also with a guy like Bradbury, when we really look at the PFF grades, here is where you start to see that pass block is really an Achilles heel for this center. I mean, that's 55th out of 64 centers. So that's going to be a work in progress. However, he does make up for it in his run block with 14th out of 64. And that could actually be a really good improvement for the Patriots because Ramondre Stevenson spent more time behind the line of scrimmage than he did in front of it. So I do think that's going to open a little bit more gap, a little bit more hole, more size for Ramondre to start having those bursts up the middle for. But I'm still worried about Drake May. Now, like I said, being that he was a center for the Vikings, not really having that mobile quarterback, maybe he can work better with a guy like Drake May, and that pass block could possibly even go up. But that does take him to 62 overall, ranking the 33rd best center per PFF out of all these centers in the NFL. I do like this signing. I think you're getting a good, well-conditioned center with experience. You're not trying to force some rookie on him. You're definitely not leaning back on the practice squad from the Las Vegas Raiders, Ben Brown, for Drake May's second season. So I'm going to go on ahead and ask you guys this question. What is your one-word reaction to the Bradbury signing? Go on ahead and let me know. Mine's just going to be solid. I think it's a solid signing. $6 million a year, about $4 million guaranteed. You released David Andrews on Friday, and I'm thinking, oh my God, why would you release David Andrews with no possible backup as your starter? Here it is. This is what they were waiting for. And I do think that the starting 88 games for the Vikings, it's what's really going to set him apart. the consistency. The fact that we are going to have Morgan Moses at right tackle, who is a very consistent player, plays through meniscus sprains, plays through bone bruises. Then you have Mike Onwenu, who I think is the only starter that could actually be a starter on another NFL team. Now you have Bradbury, who you are more than likely going to get 17 games out of this veteran. That is why I am very excited about the potential at having a healthy center. Unfortunately, with David Andrews just facing father time, you weren't sure how healthy he ever really was. And then, of course, he couldn't help that season-ending injury he had in the fourth game of the season, but it didn't help the Patriots moving forward. And that's why I think one of the best replacements that you can give for a guy like David Andrews, I'm not talking about the leadership, I'm not talking about the locker room, I'm just talking about on the field, is a guy like Bradbury. He's got some potential to reach still in that pass blocking scheme that maybe the Patriots can get it out of him in this new offense that he'll be working in. But I think that run block is going to be incredible. And when you look at the Patriots depth chart overall, and now you look at getting a little bit better here, even though that's not Morgan Moses, that is DeMontre Jacobs, but you guys get the gist. Garret Bradbury now there at the center, Mike Onwenu at right guard, Morgan Moses at your right tackle, even though that's a Jacobs picture. And then we start to work a little bit piece by piece on the left guard and the left tackle situation. Now, I do agree that I do think you still need to upgrade that left side. That is what's going to make Bradbury stronger. That is what's going to cancel out his pass blocking grade, is by putting somebody next to him that is going to create more of a wall for Drake May and more pass protection moving forward. And I do possibly have a good situation for the left side that is very, very obtainable. I'll talk to you guys about it in just 1 second. First, let me tell you about our sponsor on today's show, and that is chatsports.com/2Pats Polos. You guys can get this polo for $50, both of them. Red and blue, wear it on the golf course, wear it to a bar, wear it to the beach, doesn't matter. Heck, I went on date night last night. You know what my boyfriend threw on? A polo. This is perfect. All you guys have to do is use chatsports.com/2Pats Polos. That's what's going to get you guys this great deal. Get it while sizes do last. And I'll go on ahead and put that link in the comment section down below. I actually made a video about this yesterday talking about how I am so grateful for the Patriots' defensive signings, but I was very upset at how they didn't prioritize the offense. Because Morgan Moses, it started to get me feel really, really good about the offensive line. I'm like, heck yeah, you went and signed an albeit 34-year-old veteran, but you're adding a little bit more protection piece by piece. But then they kind of went stagnant. They kept adding more defensive players, more guys in the secondary, and then randomly signed Wes Schweitzer, who's barely started in his NFL career. So I'm thinking, all right, when are we really going to get that game changer? And I do think that Bradbury, albeit, I don't know if I'd call him a game changer, I do think this is a step in the right direction. But we are not done yet. We cannot be done adding to the offensive line. And with the NFL draft coming up, this is where I really do think that a guy like Will Campbell is going to be a good fit. I know it's a little controversial because, Allie, what if Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are available at 4? Then obviously you take Carter, you take Hunter. But if Will Campbell is your best option because Hunter and Carter are gone, I think this is going to be a really good trench addition for the Patriots. And we already know our head coach, Mike Vrabel, wants to build the trenches. So that could lead to a pick number 4, Will Campbell from LSU type of move. And now pairing him maybe inside, you could possibly still keep him at the tackle position. That could be in addition. But I do think that you might as well call the Minnesota Vikings again, because you already called them to get a guy like Bradbury and wanted to see what that situation was like. But you might as well call the Vikings and see, hey, how was Cam Robinson for you last year at left tackle? Talk to me a little bit about Cam Robinson, who is still on the free agent market right now. So here is my possible Patriots depth chart for the offensive line if they continue to add other resources to the left side of the Patriots line. Once again, not Morgan Moses, I will fix that. But if you take left tackle, Will Campbell, move him interior to play next to Garret Bradbury, and then sign Cam Robinson to your left tackle position, I mean, I think this looks like an improvement already. An improvement over Layden Robinson and Verdarian Lowe, that would be. Obviously, you still have to figure out if Campbell would work inside and how this offensive line would look with Drake May, but there are still possibilities to continue to beef up this O-line. And I do hope the Patriots do everything in their power to make it happen. So go on ahead and grade the signing of Bradbury A, B, C, D, or F. If you guys haven't already, put it in the comments section down below. I'm just going to give this a B-. I think it's a really good addition in lieu of David Andrews, but I still think he has a ceiling he has not met just yet. And if you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me in the comment section down below. If anything happens on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, we make a video about it.